Welcome back to our Romans study. We are now in week 4, but we skipped Romans chapter 4 and we've headed to Romans chapter 5. So go ahead and read Romans 5, 1 through 11 before we get started today, and then we'll dive in and unpack it a little bit for you. Let's go. We are in Romans chapter 5 this week, and the word of the day is reconciliation, and the theme we are going to try to impress on the students is this, that you and I can be reconciled to God. Let's spend a few minutes here in this video and unpack the 3 ways that reconciliation comes to the forefront in this lesson. The first reality of reconciliation is that it's always expensive. If 2 groups of people need to be reconciled, it means some kind of damage has been done, some kind of pain has been inflicted, some kind of divider has been snuck in. Now, in our reconciliation with God, that thing is sin. We've rebelled against God. We've pushed back against His ways. We've told Him we don't want you. And a price has to be paid for that to be overcome. A price has to be paid for that bridge to be built. And a price has to be paid for that reconciliation to occur. Now, the price that God put on that was death. And our death was the price for that, but God also has another plan. Second reality of reconciliation is that the price has to be paid. If you want the relationship to be restored, somebody has to pay the price. And God said, look, I will be the one that pays the price for our reconciliation. Even though humanity was the one that caused the problem, God said, I'm going to be the one that bears the price to restore our relationship. And He did that through the death and resurrection of Jesus. And Paul points out He did it before we ever loved Him back. God paid the price to restore our relationship with Him before we even accepted it, before we were even willing to say, we want to be reconciled to you, God. Jesus said, I will bear the price. I will bridge the gap. I will be the one that repairs this relationship. Now, that is an amazing reality that we want to impress to our students this week, that Christ died before we loved Him, that Christ reconciled us before we loved Him back. In doing that, He revealed the true cost of reconciliation and the true depths of His love for us. The final reality of reconciliation is this, that people who have been reconciled by God are called to reconcile others. God says, look, I brought you back into relationship with me at great price. Now go out and bring people back into relationship with you at great cost. It's a challenge to us. Who can we love? Who has hurt us that we can go back to? Who has hurt us that we can say, look, you hurt me, but I am willing to bear the price. I am willing to invite you back. And I am willing to do that because Christ has already done that for me. So the word of the day is reconciliation. It's a hard thing. It's a difficult task, but it is what God has called us to. And I'm looking forward to hearing stories in the future of how you and your students reconciled with others.